Why do you serve God? What's your motivation? For a long time in my life, I personally thought the motivation didn't really matter. Like, as long as we were serving God, then we were doing the right thing, and our motivations would line up later. And I still think that's true to a degree. I'll give you my example. I met a man once that told me he was smoking weed in his car with his friend. As they were passing the blunt back and forth to each other, they were realizing where they were in their life. They had just graduated high school, but barely. They had like 1.4 GPAs, like the lowest GPA that you could get, and still graduate. And one of the buddies said to the other, he hit the blunt and said, "Do you want to go to church with me tomorrow?" He passes it, takes another hit. He goes, "Church? Why on earth did I go to church?" Passes it back. And he takes a hit and he goes, "All of the hottest girls at our school," and he named 5 of them, "go to my church. They'll be there tomorrow." And he passes it back and he goes, "Well, it looks like I'm going to church." And through that process of him just trying to go to church to meet girls, he actually grew closer to Jesus and met the Lord. And a younger version of me did that sort of same thing. And I was blessed in the same way. But the problem is, I think if we're running our entire Christian faith and we're not serving God genuinely, then we really shouldn't be serving him at all. Now I serve God just because he saved my soul, and I want to worship him for doing that and for being a part of my life. I'm just trying to serve God to serve God. But that is something that I've gotten more out of maturity in my faith. In Jeremiah 45, we get a really short story. It's about Barak. And in verse 3, it says, "You have said, I am overwhelmed with trouble. Haven't I had enough pain already? And now the Lord has added more. I am worn out from sighing and can find no rest." So Barak is Jeremiah's scribe, and he actually physically wrote the book of Jeremiah, or at least a lot of it, and that's what he's credited with doing. And now he's looking to God, and he's like, "I'm worn out, I'm tired. Why are you going to destroy my nation? Why are you going to carry us off into exile? Aren't I serving you?" And then this is what the Lord says, "I will destroy this nation that I built. I will uproot what I planted. Are you seeking great things for yourself? Don't do it. I will bring disaster upon all these people, but I will give you your life as a reward wherever you go. I, the Lord, have spoken." So the Lord has promised Barak that he's going to protect him his entire life, but judgment will still be carried out on Israel. And he's telling him, don't seek great things for yourself. Instead, seek great things for the kingdom of God. As John the Baptist said, "I must become lesser, he must become greater." And I'm really challenged by this idea of motivation. In 1 Corinthians 13, before we get to the love chapter, love is patient, love is kind, before we get to that, Paul says, "If I speak in tongues of men or of angels, but have not loved, I am nothing but a noisy gong," a clanging cymbal, which means he's nothing but annoying. "If I have been given the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, but have not loved, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor, or even give over my body to hardship that I might boast, but have not loved, I gain nothing." And that last part is so interesting about how if we give over our bodies and we do everything we can for God's kingdom, but we're not doing it out of love, then we shouldn't be doing it at all. This is kind of countercultural, I think. I think our culture tells us as long as we're doing good things, that should be good enough. But instead, God's telling us that, hey, you're supposed to be serving me because I'm your God. You're my servant, right? He saved our soul. He loved us before we loved him. We were enemies of God, and now we are brought into his kingship through the adoption of Jesus Christ. And that should be our pure motivation. So while I would tell you that it doesn't matter why you start the race, it should matter how you finish. Paul says that he thanked God for being able to finish strong. This great metaphor I was talking to my friends last night came to me, and it was talking about our motivation for starting. So it might be guilt or shame or lust, trying to hang out with the cute girl. But that is just the spark to the fire of serving God. We can't use that match forever. Eventually you have to add kindling. And that kindling should be that we just want to follow God out of the pure desires of our heart because we want to serve him because he first loved us. So I hope this helps challenge you a little bit on your motivation, makes you seek yourself a little bit deeper of, hey, why am I following God? And how can I be doing that better? So thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like. It really does help the channel. And I'll see you back here later as we continue to read through Scripture together.